Okay, in a later video, I'm going to call this the west wall. This is the east wall. The home faces south. Okay, I get carried away sometimes. Alright, this is the electric meter on the garage east exterior wall. Alright, and it's been sealed box. This is the main disconnect. This is the main principle. It's a good thing. Alright. See that it's bonded to the meter box. That's a good thing. I see that we got 2 grounds. That's a good thing. By the way, one of these grounds is going to serve as a bond because this is a PEX water supply system. What's going on in this panel, alright, is the L1 and L2 do not have protective rubber boots on them. If you don't know that's hot, you don't belong in this box. I get that. But it's supposed to have protective rubber boots on them. Now down here, you'd think that you're supposed to have rubber protective boots on those, but those are not required. So far, they're only required here. So far, you don't have them. We don't have them. Coming along, this is the grounding rod. They're supposed to be 8 feet. I don't know if it hasn't been cut in half or thirds and save some money going around, but it's supposed to be driven, this grounding rod is supposed to be driven into the ground the entire 8 feet. Now an electrician could sit here and measure the resistance on it and prove to the code inspector that they're getting the amount of resistance required to meet, to meet requirements, the resistance required. But I wasn't here. I wasn't here with the code inspector. I don't know that anybody showed that to the code inspector. I don't. By the way, code inspectors are people. They're approachable. If I say something and somebody's got a problem with it and they say the code or whatever, go to the code inspector. He knows. It doesn't hurt. We're human. He's your friend. He wants this house to be as safe as possible for you. Just testing this while I'm here. And there it is. Should be labeled GFCI, and it wasn't. Go over here and reset it. This is called a UFER, and the proper spelling is UFER. You see UFFER quite often, but you don't have either one of them. It's supposed to be labeled right here, UFER or ground or both, UFER ground. That's a grounding rod right there, and you can see the copper on it, and it goes into the foundation and it provides bonding and grounding. There's been a little controversy about those. Very, very little, and this is the way to go, and I wouldn't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it. This is your load center, your electric load center. Some people call it the breaker box or service panel, or call it what you will. I like service panel, but all the same. See these plastic covers? They're supposed to be in the other cabinet. It's Eaton. They're the same design. You can see it's all. Oh, it's got a curve around it. Yeah, I know it's got a curve around it, but you know what? Eaton installed these things. It's their idea. Now it's good that you have these here. I think it's safer that you have those there. Even though if you didn't know that's hot, you don't belong in the cabinet. It's a good idea, but these devices, in fact, you could actually take these devices off and put them over on the other one. But, again. Alright, so coming along here, you're not supposed to have any paint inside of the cabinet. That's what the manufacturer says. No paint inside of the cabinet. And look over here. What is that? Can I see in there? Oh, those are grounds. That's okay. This is not okay. See that cable coming through? It should have connectors. See these right here? See these connectors protecting the cables? We don't have any connectors protecting our cables here. We don't. This is going to one leg or something. That's kind of interesting arrangement. One leg, okay. 1, 2, comes that. You've got a trip tie. Do you not? You do. You have a trip tie on the bathroom GFI and the microwave cooktop. Why do you have that? If the bathroom GFCI is working and the bathroom GFCI goes off, it's going to go off on the microwave. And the microwave should have its own GFCI. What's that about? So you don't have a GFCI on the kitchen microwave? That's interesting. That's interesting. Let me write that down. Let's take a few notes. That's my method. See, I got the bathroom GFCI has got a trip tie to the microwave circuit breaker. Alright, well, let's keep looking. We're not supposed to have combustible debris inside the cabinet. We're just not. Somebody decided that was a bad idea. We do not have the connector here, right? And then the cabinet was screwed in. Cabinet was screwed into place. Screws are faster and tighter, I get that. Zap some screws in there, Philip, we're going to the beer store. Oh, Doug, you're the fastest guy in the shop. I know. Getting a raise next week. That's how they do it. That's how they do it. Now, if this structure was to experience a tornado, for example, and it blows your garage up, you've already got a bad day. The screws do not have the same tensile strength. They have the same shear strength as nails do. And if something like that was to happen, well, then this cabinet would stand a better chance of staying into place. It's blown up and stuff, but it's not flopping around on the floor. So the first responders had to step over it to come in and you know, save somebody. You know, it's probably going to be a bad scene, but, you know, just trying to limit those kinds of experiences. Coming along here, we do have our energy rating, which is good. It's good to have. Builder verification. Conditioned area leakage. But it's not complete. It's not complete. Only the first half of it's been done. The second half hasn't been done. We don't have any verification for the water heater, cooling equipment, air conditioning equipment, exposed floor insulation, all that. We're missing some information here. This is called printing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's called printing. Eaton, that's called printing. Danger is called printing. This is handwriting. Some people call it block writing. Okay? And when I was in school, it says, can you write cursive yet? They don't even teach cursive in school. It says, no, I'm still printing. That's what we used to call that in grade school. That's what the old dinosaurs used to call it. But that's handwriting. And the code in the manufacturer says that this should be printed information. Printed information. I got little stickers for them right here. See that one right there? GFCI protected outlet. I got little stickers for them. Print it out. So all you got to do is stick them on. Is that a horrible thing? I don't know. You know, did I make that up? No, I didn't make it up. Woke up this morning, I did. I said, you know what? I think I'm going to go mess with people today. I want to say that wasn't printed. Make me feel important about my job. No. No, the code and the manufacturer specification says it's supposed to be printed. So what did we learn today? Okay. We learned that we do not have protective covers on L1 and L2 coming in. We learned that our grounding rod was not properly buried. We learned that UFER is not printed on here. Also, the bonding location is supposed to be printed inside of here. And you can do it like you can handwritten. But bonding location is not supposed to be labeled. So it should be say UFER, ground on garage east wall. And then you just have UFER on that. And the electrician, most electricians can figure that out. But that's not there either. We also learned that we got an unprotected conductor entering the cabinet. That we've got combustible material inside of the cabinet, and the cabinet was improperly screwed into place. The instructions show a hammer and a nail. We learned that we got some paint inside of our cabinet. Not a lot, but there it is. And we also learned that we're not properly labeled. it was not printed. The circuit breaker information was not printed. We also have a big question about why the microwave and the bathrooms have a trip tie installed on them. I think this thing can come off. So maybe that should be taken off. It's definitely there for some discussion. And we learned that our energy notice is not completely filled out.